helping us remember not just our beautiful Jaidyn, but also your loved ones also. Tonight, we're going to do a very short memory walk from here down to the junction at the bottom of the road where Jaidyn was killed. Then we will hold our photo tie and we will do a 3-minute silence for every loved one that we've lost on our roads this year, last year, or any year. Every loved one that has been lost is as important as the other. After the 3-minute silence, we will make our way back up here through the memory walk for some speeches. The first person who will be talking is Jaidyn's mum, Elaine, our daughter. Then we have Alex's MP, who's going to do a speech for us and support us. We then have Louise Little from DICE to help share children's experiences and how it has impacted their lives. Not just Jaidyn's death, but other people's loved ones and their children within the families and the communities. After that, we have Pete Gray, counsellor from Alternatives, who will say a few words also. And to end the vigil will be myself. I'm Jaidyn's nanny, Judith Rice, but I'm also known as spiritual medium Judith Miller. So I want everybody to know that tonight is about memorial, and it's about sharing the love, and it's about remembering not just our beautiful Jaidyn, but remembering each and every one of your loved ones, and coming together in solidarity. We can make a change, and we're determined to make a change, and that's something that we will share this evening in our talks. So we're here to fight for justice for our granddaughter, for our Jaidyn, but we're also here to fight for justice for each and every one of you, and make that difference. And today will just be the first. So if you have a candle, bring it with you in your photo. If not, I have a bag of candles that I can share out. We'll walk down to the junction and we'll light our candle. We'll say a few words and do the 3-minute silence and make our way back here for speeches. But thank you each and every one of you for coming this evening and supporting this cause. As a family, we are truly, truly grateful for your support. Thank you.
I'm just giving everyone the opportunity to take part and bring around.
Give me a sound
Let
check,
us honour
guys.
who our loved ones were, their laughter, their kindness, and the small moments that made them unique. Let us speak their names, share their stories, and remember them for the people they were, not the way they were taken from us. As we light candles this evening, we let each flame be a symbol of the love that endures, the memories that never fade, and the hope that together we can support one another through even the darkest of times. May we continue to advocate for change, to foster awareness, and to ensure that no more families endure the pain that has brought us all together tonight. Thank you for your strength, your compassion, and your unwavering love. Together we honour the past, support one another in the present, and we hold hope for a future where heartbreak like ours is no longer repeated. I understand it's raining now, but we're going to do a 3-minute silence if you're happy, and we'll then make our way back up for speeches under the trees. Thank you. Let us remember them. Thank you, everyone. I apologise, I know that you're all very long. We'll head back up to the trees. Thank you.
This isn't just for Jaidyn, it's for your loved ones. So show your photos, hold them high, honour your loved ones, be their voice. I'd like to invite our daughter, Elaine, Jaidyn's mum. Does anybody see the double rainbow? It's really strong and it was beautiful to see. Lane's just getting herself ready. I'm sorry it turned out to be such a wet night, everyone, but I'm sure we all agree our loved ones is more important than some rain and honouring them. Thank you for coming.
Hello everyone, and thank you so much for coming along. My name is Elaine and I am Jaidyn's mum. We want to welcome everyone here and thank you for taking the time to join us and remembering our loved ones that were cruelly stolen from us far too early. The purpose of this vigil is to remember Jaidyn and every other victim that has lost their lives in a road traffic accident, and also, just as importantly, raise awareness for this senseless loss that could so easily be avoided. On the 8th of July, mine and my family's whole world changed forever in a split second. And I know a lot of people here will understand exactly what we are feeling and going through. And I just want to say, first of all, I am so sorry for the pain caused to your family and the loss to your beautiful loved ones. Nothing can ever fix it, and truthfully, none of us should even be here tonight. We should be home continuing to make memories with our families and our loved ones that we have lost, but sadly we are here. And we as a family feel like we need to raise awareness for these senseless, cruel tragedies. It's also important to us to remember Jaidyn and everyone else who has lost their life, suddenly in such a heartbreaking way. We can't let their death be in vain. We as a society need to do more and be better. If this vigil makes one person think twice before getting in a vehicle when it's not appropriate or safe, then it will be worth it. Never in a million years did I think this would happen to me or my family, and I'm sure everyone here feels the same. In the blink of an eye, our whole world, future and hearts were shattered into a million pieces and can never be put back together again. But if we can stop another family from feeling the pain that we have all felt, then at least something good is coming from this, because I wouldn't wish this pain on anyone. In Northern Ireland this year alone, from January the 1st to August the 21st, there have been 30 deaths on the road of Northern Ireland. This is 30 too many. 3 of these victims were under 16. A further 5 victims were aged 16 to 24. This is the younger demographic of victims, but I just want to take a second before we cover the rest to recognise the loss of these 8 young innocent victims who had their whole lives and futures ahead of them and were so cruelly snatched. These 8 children and young people will never get to live the life they deserved and will miss so many milestones they shouldn't be here for. Personally, I can only speak on what my daughter has lost, but I'm sure a lot of people can relate and understand and are probably feeling the same or similar loss. Jaidyn received her GCSE results on Thursday. She never got to collect those or open her own envelope. She would have been 18 next year. She will never get to celebrate that. She will never get married. She'll never be a mum. She had so many plans and dreams in her young life. And the amount of things that's been stolen from her, and all of our love, is unbearably heartbreaking to think about. They didn't deserve this. They should be here with us now. Alongside the 8 young victims we have lost this year alone, we have lost a further 16 people aged 25 to 65, and 6 more aged 65 plus. That's 22 people who were potentially mummies, daddies, husbands, wives, grandparents. These are people we love, people that help make society a better place. They didn't deserve to have their lives taken either. Every single victim had so much potential, so much to live for, and still so much to achieve in their lives despite their age. In 2024, there were 68 deaths on our roads. To put that into perspective, take a look around you and imagine That's potentially 68 of us standing here right now could be suddenly gone within the next year, and 68 families devastated and heartbroken over something that could so easily have been avoided. This cannot continue. We need to do something as people, as mums, dads, sons, daughters, and grandparents. We need to prevent this heartbreak from happening to anyone else. I know personally, speaking from experience, it honestly wasn't really something I ever thought about. Sorry. In 24, there were 68 deaths on our roads. To put that into perspective, take a look around you and imagine that's potentially 68 of us standing here right now could be suddenly gone within the next year, and 68 families devastated and heartbroken over something that could so easily have been avoided. This cannot continue. We need to do something as people, as mums, dads, sons, daughters, and grandparents. We need to prevent this heartbreak from happening to anyone else. I know personally, speaking from experience, it honestly wasn't really something I ever thought about too much until it happened to our family. But that's a part of the problem. We as a society need to think about these things. We need to think twice and realise it could happen to any one of us in the blink of an eye. We need to be more careful. We need to follow the laws of the road. We need to absorb the extra cost of a taxi if you're not safe to drive. We need to take those extra 5 or 10 minutes to get home instead of taking chances and speeding. Because if we don't, maybe one day you or someone you love will never have those extra 5 or 10 minutes. Driving offences in this country are seen by the public and society as a minor offence. This is wrong of us, because all it takes is one minor offence to completely destroy a whole family. On average, a further 30 people are expected to lose their life on our roads before the end of 2025. We cannot let this happen. My daughter, like all of our loved ones, did not deserve this. Our families didn't deserve this. I understand it's life to lose people, but it should never happen in such an unnecessary, senseless, cruel and sudden way. We need to do better. Jaidyn was not just my daughter, she was my best friend. And now I have to navigate life without her. And I still don't know how I'm supposed to do that. Jaidyn has a 12-year-old brother whose world has been turned upside down and shattered also. He also now has to learn how to navigate life without his sister, his closest friend and companion in his young life. Jaidyn was also a granddaughter, a niece, a great-granddaughter, a stepdaughter. She was a friend of mine, a young youth leader, and most importantly, a future Irish guard. She had so much love to give, and just wanted to help people. We as a family need to keep her name and memory alive and continue her legacy. She had so much love to give this world, not just Jaidyn, but every single loved one we have lost. We need to keep all their names and memories alive. They all matter. We need to come together and raise awareness and hopefully prevent this happening to anyone else. Thank you all for coming and for listening. And I would just like to finish by reading a poem Jaidyn once read, part of Remembrance Sunday, as I feel like it captures the essence of tonight. They shall not grow old, as we their left grow old. Age shall not worry them, nor the years condemn them. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. Thank you.
That was very hard for Elaine, but I'm so proud the fact that you were able to stay here and share how beautiful our Jaidyn was. I would now like to invite Alex Easton MP to come forward and say some words.
I'm not one for missing coincidences, but when you see a rainbow like that, I believe that's a sign from God. We gather here to remember the tragic death of Jaidyn Clark, killed by a motorist on the 8th of July on the East Circular Road while on her way home from her job. We remember and support the family and hold them in our arms and give them what support and comfort we can as a community as we stand with them this evening to show solidarity with the family in this time of great sorrow and hurt as we all try to understand why this tragedy has happened. Jaidyn was a bright, young lady, full of joy, full of ambition, and full of ideas, and was loved greatly by her family and many friends. She was sociable and kind, and was a credit to her family, and had a great life ahead of her. But this was all cut short on the 8th of July, when Jaidyn was tragically knocked down and killed. One asks ourselves, why has this happened? And no amount of words at a moment like this can help or give us a better understanding. The question we ask ourselves is, how can we stop this ever happening again? How can we make sure that another family doesn't have to go through this grief again? I was looking at some statistics for 2024, and there were over 4,753 traffic collisions across Northern Ireland, and over 7,000 people injured. There were 69 casualty fatalities, the third highest of road deaths in 2015. There were 16 vulnerable road users killed, 8 pedestrians, 7 motorcyclists, and 1 pedal cyclist. Today we are calling on the FI, Road Service and the PSNI to work to ensure that this never happens again. We want our family to be safe. We want pedestrians to be able to cross our roads safely. We want action. We want action now, not tomorrow or next year, but we want action now. The East Circular Road is not safe. It needs to have better policing in the evenings. We need to have measures to force road users to slow down. Speed kills, and we need to take action now. We do not want to see another family to have to endure the pain that Jaidyn's family are carrying. We want answers, we want safety, we want our people to be safe. My heart goes out to you, and we are here to support you as best we can. And anything we can do as a community, you only have to ask, and we'll be there for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alex. As a family, we're very grateful, and I'm sure as all families here would agree that we need tougher measures and we need to make change. The next person I'd like to invite up to speak is Louise Little from Dicey Project.
Just want to see if you can hear me without a microphone. Is that okay? And if I could ask any of the young people involved in DICE if they can come forward, just to make sure that, not if you want to stand with me, but I just think it's really important that people know these are your words. These are the friends of Jaidyn. So the words I'm about to share are not mine. They belong to Jaidyn's friends. These are their voices, their feelings, and their memories of her. I have the privilege of speaking them aloud on their behalf tonight. We want to share what it's been like for us since losing Jaidyn. We still can't believe it. There is an emptiness that cannot be filled because she isn't coming back. It feels like it isn't real, that it shouldn't be real. It's hard to put into words, but her passing has changed so much in our lives. For some of us, it has changed the way we see the world. We don't feel as safe as we did before. We've learned to appreciate the people around us more, to make memories while we can, and never take our friendships for granted, because you never know what might happen. For others, every day feels different. Every time the phone buzzes, we half expect it to be her, needing us, wanting us to meet up. And even crossing roads feels different now because of what happened to Jaidyn. What we miss most is everything about her. Her contagious personality, her laugh and her voice, The way she would pretend to be annoyed, but then smile and start laughing. The late night walks, sharing headphones and talking about everything. The way she lit up Meadowvale with her smile. The plans we made for her, the plans we made for the future, to travel, to do things together, we miss all of it. Her loss has left us with so many emotions: sadness, numbness, fear, but also anger. Anger that her life was cut short so suddenly. Anger that it wasn't her time to go. It doesn't feel natural and it doesn't feel fair. Jaidyn had so much more life to live and so much more love to give. We hope the person responsible is sorry and feels the weight of what has been taken away from her, from us, and from her family, because this pain will stay with all of us forever. But even in our grief and pain, Jaidyn has changed us. She made us want to be better versions of each other, to be there for each other, to check in on friends, and to never let anyone feel alone. She showed us true friendship. She gave us confidence and self-belief, and left us with memories we will carry forever. To sum Jaidyn up, she brought life to my life. That's who she was. Someone who brought joy, hope, laughter, and light into every space she entered. What we want other people to understand is that grief doesn't go away quickly. It stays. It changes how we see the world and how we live in it. Time may heal, but it also hurts. We're asking for help. That means justice for Jaidyn. That means political structures taking better care of young people. That means the adults around us listening to us, standing with us, and helping us to do something lasting to remember her. What we want people to know is how deeply Jaidyn was loved, how much we miss her, and how empty life feels without her. And we want to remember not just the pain of her loss, but the gift of her presence, the way she touched our lives, her family's lives, this community, and every single young person in the Dice Youth Club that she smiled at or said hi to. Her passing has also made us pay so much more attention to the things that she loved, and in doing so, we've begun to understand her more deeply and why those things mattered so much to her. Because of this, she keeps on giving to us. Her influence, her passions, and her spirit continue to shape who we are and who we want to be. Jaidyn will always be with us, in our hearts, in our memories, and maybe even in the small signs that we notice around us. We will keep her spirit alive by cherishing each other, by speaking up about how we feel, by fighting for what is right, and by never forgetting the girl who brought so much life into our lives. These are the words of the young people who love Jaidyn and who carry her with them every day. Jaidyn brought life to their lives, and her spirit will always live on through them. May God provide comfort, hope, and love to each of them now and always. Amen.
Thank you to the ladies and the Dice Project. Now I'd like to invite Pete Ray, Councillor, to come and have a few words.
Hi everybody, I'm Pete and I manage alternatives in Origin North Down. Our office is just based into the community there. As mentioned, I'm a local councillor in Origin North Down Borough Council, but it's through alternatives that I met Jaidyn a number of years ago. I met her in the capacity of giving her some help, mentoring on a one-to-one basis. And I have to say that Jaidyn was a really, really special person. You could tell that when you were having conversations with a very young girl. And very quickly it came into not only talking about herself, but she wanted to learn about others, and she wanted to give back to other people. So it's not surprising that later on that I found out that she went in to get involved in cadets and the Dice Project, because she was all about other people and giving back to other people. A really, really special and inspiring person, and a young woman that you would never forget. And those works from the DICE project were really fantastic. She was a leader and an inspiration, and the 8th of July was a really, really sad day for Arts and Mark Down. We had the awful news about Jaidyn and then young Lucas Trainer in Portaferry. It was just a very, very dark and sobering day. And really, there is no justification for it. And there's no words that can be said that can really make it right. Road safety is a really important thing, and I was going to touch on some of those statistics that have already been talked about, but I think it's also important that statistics and numbers are how DFI or the police will address this, but actually it's the story of the person that's the devastating impact of all of this. And, you know, the one message that I would like to give tonight is that there is no meeting that you have to attend, date that you have to go on, party that you have to go to, that in any way justifies you speeding to get there a little bit quicker. Nothing justifies that whatsoever. And look, there are some conversations about how we can stop things like this happening in the future, and I think there is a lot of education that needs to be done with road users at a young age and at an older age also. And look, I'm going to be there, and Alternatives is going to be here, and the wider community of all you have turned out to walk on this journey together with the family. And my thoughts and prayers are with you and with everybody else who's been affected by the devastating deaths on our roads. Thank you.
I'm going to try and read the photo at the same time. Thank you to everyone who has made their speech come forward and made speeches and tried to help raise the awareness of why we're all here today. Organising this by no means was easy. We're all human. We're all feeling that grief. We're all feeling that pain. We're all feeling that loss. For the love that we still had to give our loved ones, and for the love that we still had to receive from our loved ones. So I am grateful to each and every one for gathering here this evening. 2 seconds. Give Kelly his place as Jaidyn's sister. Brother, I'm so sorry. You can tell that I'm nervous, so I apologize. He will never let me live that one down now. No. Thank you to each and every one for gathering here this evening. Your presence speaks volumes to the depth of love and solidarity that exists within our community and going forward for many rallies that will be held as we unite to honour our loved ones and those affected by road traffic collisions. In coming together, we forge connections through shared grief, pain, the trauma, and supporting one another on this challenging journey. The loss of a loved one in such a sudden and traumatic way often leaves us with questions and an absence of closures that can be so vital to the healing process. Taking from us the opportunity to say goodbye. Too often we are left to navigate our sorrow in the silence between what was and what can never be again. Yet tonight, we refuse to let their stories fade. It is our duty to give voice to those who are no longer able to speak for themselves, to ensure that their memory lives on, not as mere statistics, but as cherished individuals
who shaped our lives with their presence, their love and their uniqueness, and who we deeply love. Hold your loved ones high, be their voice, and honour them as we honour Jaidyn tonight. Time moves forward, and the world continues its relentless pace. But for those touched by a road traffic collision, life is irrevocably changed. We must acknowledge that sense of displacement and the reality that while others carry on with their lives, we are left to rebuild our lives with the peace missing. An absence nothing can ever truly fill. On July the 8th, we lost our beautiful Jaidyn due to a road traffic collision. She was just 16. She had her whole future ahead of her, with dreams and plans like every other young person. And as my daughter touched on, instead of Jaidyn celebrating her GCSE results with friends and making those plans for her area, we, her family, collected them in her memory. As our daughter Elaine and grandson Kenley opened Jaidyn's envelope, it was a moment filled with both pride and deep sorrow. To see Jaidyn had done so well in her GCSEs, that would have given her the opportunity to pursue her dreams that she was pursuing. Like so many here tonight, including young Lucas from Portaferry's family, who was tragically killed on the same night as Jaidyn, just a few miles and minutes apart from each other. Our lives were forever changed by a sudden loss. The pain is lasting, and we are united by the shared heartbreak of losing loved ones without warning or a chance to say goodbye. The ripples of each tragic road traffic collision, they extend far and wide. The impact is not limited to parents or siblings. It flows to grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, neighbours, schools, clubs, associations, and many more. All touched by the loss of our loved ones. As we unite together tonight, we feel this pain collectively, and in recognising that, we find not only sorrow but solidarity. Grief comes in many forms, each grief journey individual to each person and family. We will ask ourselves many questions, and we will seek many answers. Not all of them we will receive. As we stand here together tonight to remember our loved ones, it's important to also honour all our loved ones who transitioned to heaven. Grief discriminates against no one and affects every single member of us here tonight, one way or another. I know standing here tonight, we do so with the knowledge that each family's loved ones have a story to share. Who their loved one was as a person, what dreams and aspirations they had, and the many memories they shared and now treasure. The passing is also, their passing is also part of their story. As a family, we are also aware of the immense pain, sadness, grief, loss, shock and trauma that each of you have experienced and still experienced by your loved one's passing. Grief never truly leaves us. It continues to walk beside us as we learn to slowly heal and navigate once more through life. As we begin to slowly heal, we continue to seek those answers. We wish to know our loved ones are at peace and are okay. We slowly notice those little signs our loved ones have been leaving us.
maybe your lights begin to flicker. Feathers being found in places you just cannot explain. And those beautiful butterflies that suddenly appear and dance around us. Those little signs can bring us some comfort along our journey through. We all have those firsts to experience without our loved ones. First birthday, first family occasion, first Christmas, along with many more. As a family, we have came through our first occasion, which was extremely hard. We included our beautiful Jaidyn. She still had her place at the table. Our daughter brought Jaidyn's photos, so Elaine and the family could have their photos taken, and she was still included in the family photos. Leaving her out was something that just wasn't part or even considered. Tonight is the first night of solidarity. We as a family promise to continue with Jaidyn's legacy, to continue to raise awareness and fight for justice for our loved ones, to have stronger safety measures in place on our roads, to try and help reduce more deaths on our roads, to try and prevent any more families going through what each and every one of us standing here tonight are going through. At the junction where Jaidyn was killed, there's no speed cameras, there's no preventatives, there's a pedestrian. You can use the pedestrian, but the drivers don't always listen. We need speed cameras, we need preventatives on all our roads. Primary school children are using this junction every day, from Monday to Friday when Miss September starts back to school. We have to protect our children, but we also have to protect our loved ones. So we are pushing for speed cameras on that road, we're pushing for stronger measures, and we're pushing for stronger sentences to deter road deaths and build safety awareness. Before I finish, I urge all drivers and road users to stop, think of the consequences, think of the consequences of your actions. It takes one split second to change the world for a family and to take a life too soon. Be aware of the importance of safety awareness. Is it not better to get to your destination safely and a little bit late than to risk speeding? Sorry, stuck together. Do you really need to use a mobile phone whilst driving? It's something more important than a life that can't wait. Are you paying attention to the cyclists around you on the roads? Are you giving way? Are the cyclists paying attention to the motorists? Will you get there any faster by rushing through the traffic lights? Always use your seatbelts. They are there for a reason. Don't drink and drive. Don't take drugs and drive. Don't take chances. Don't take a life. A life is much more important than their journey. Once you take that life, you take that ripple effect along with you, starting with family, changing your own life at the same time, one you can never take back or change. Each life is precious, a gift. It is not for anyone to take the gift of life away from anyone. Lives are being taken, not given. Tonight, we start with being the change. Be the voice of your loved one. Tell their story. Keep honouring their memory. Let us help support your grief journey as we continue forward with Jaidyn's legacy. Tonight is just the first of many. As we leave here tonight, look to the left of you. Look to the right of you. Look all around you. Going forward, we hope to see you all again and to be able to help give each and every one of you the opportunity to share your loved one's story and your family's loss. Tonight, we make connections. Tonight, we share one common ground, and it's the loss of our loved ones in tragic, unnecessary circumstances. Thank you to each and every one who took the time to come here tonight to help us honour Jaidyn and all your loved ones. We are truly, truly grateful to you all. As we close tonight's vigil, we do so with prayer. We pray that we continue to find the strength within to help show our loved ones' lights still truly shine on, to give us courage to speak up and to share their stories, to be the change and help make a difference with the knowledge our loved ones are very much at peace and will never be forgotten. Amen. Thank you very much, everyone. As a family, we're truly, truly grateful. God bless each and every one. Thank you.